I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you. I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you.
Do not make me do this.
Alas, I must make you do it.
Stop!
I will not.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my Watchmen Season 1 finale, Episode 9 review. My name is Peps Too Cool, and let's get into the review. Now, I warn everyone, if you haven't yet watched Watchmen Season 1, Episode 9, that this video will contain spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you already know what to do. Without any further ado, I would like to commend the writers and HBO for taking on this massive project and delivering well past my expectation of what a Watchmen live-action television show could be. And in fact, I believe the last 2 episodes of Season 1 could have been a full-length movie in its own right. Regina King, as always, she delivered yet another amazing performance. I honestly have been astonished by the way she has molded Sister Night into a character that honestly, I can't get enough of, especially since I never was a fan of heroes that didn't have superpowers. So for her performance, not only to keep me engaged, but to honestly carry the show to this point is just a credit to Regina King's acting abilities and her ability to make the viewer feel as if she actually is Sister Night and not just portraying her on TV. In episode 9, the veil of secrecy is lifted yet again, and now it seems as if all the main characters in the show are aware of who their enemies are and what their enemies' motives are at this point. Now, I might be skipping a little bit too far ahead, so let's start from the beginning. The episode starts out in 1985 as Adrian Veidt, aka Dr. Ozymandius, is recording his speech that is to be given to President Redford on his inauguration. The screen pans over and we see how Lady Trieu, aka Sample 346, came into being. So all the fans guessing that she was Adrian Veidt's daughter was correct, and also it is revealed how he got back to Earth and that he was the bronze statue that so many on Reddit theorized was him. Tom Meissen, who played the warden, and all of the Mr. Phillips gave an incredible death scene, which for some reason reminded me of the glorious Lethal Weapon 2 final scene. Side note, if you haven't watched Lethal Weapon 2, you're definitely missing out. Then after some great Lady Trieu and Dr. Ozymandias back and forth, we come to the part where Episode 8 and Episode 9 collides, and we see FBI agent Lori Blake, played by Jean Smart, who has been captured and brought to the Cyclops hidden base, where they intend to teleport Dr. Manhattan and eventually take his powers. The joint operation of Cyclops and 7th Cavalry operation led by 7th Cavalry leader Senator Joe King Jr., who is played by James Woke. I'm sorry if I'm murdering that name, who is the shining light of this episode and really deserved to get an award for his performance. He kept me on the edge of my seat as he told the story of how he found out Dr. Manhattan was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He played a comic book villain to the 10th power as he explained his plans like every villain given time for the heroes to save the day. Even though his plans were foiled, and that's to say the least, he still gave a tour de force till it's inevitably being popped like a water balloon. Lady Trieu's words, not mine, okay guys? Looking Glass' role was very short in this episode, but in the time he had, he shined. Looking Glass is slowly becoming one of my favorite characters, and I can't wait to see more of him in the future. Regina King didn't have the largest role in this episode, but she, like always, is the backbone of the show. I don't want to get into spoilers for next season in the video because I will be releasing a theory video and a leak video for you guys, but I will say this. Don't expect to see Sister Night, aka Detective Angela Abar, for too much longer. This is actually very saddening for me. Not only being that she has been the lead on the show the whole first season, but the character development for her grandfather and her, just for her to be killed off in the show would be kind of lame. But that kind of seems like where the show is going to be going. If you know how kind of like the Watchmen series kind of goes. If you ever read the comic books. But to continue with the review, right after Senator Joe King Jr. walks into the device that's supposed to turn him blue and is popped like a water balloon, Lady Trieu teleports everyone inside the hidden Cyclops base to Tulsa, Oklahoma town square, where she kills the high-ranking members of Cyclops, but is foiled in her plan to transfer Dr. Manhattan's powers into her by none other than Dr. Ozymandias himself. The show ends on a cliffhanger to make people believe that Dr. Manhattan is dead and the Detective Angela Abar has inherited Dr. Manhattan's power from an egg that didn't break on the floor during a fight they had earlier, but this is an obvious ruse that I will explain later in a separate video. This is the only thing that disappointed me with season 1 episode 9 was the cliffhanger was a little dull, since we already know, well, most people should know, that Dr. Manhattan isn't dead and that Detective Angela Abar does not have Dr. Manhattan's powers. So I fully expect when season 2 to start that Dr. Angela Abar will be getting soaked the first episode as she falls into the pool thinking foolishly that she's inherited Dr. Manhattan's powers. I see great things for this show and I cannot wait till season 2. I will be bringing you guys and girls more Watchmen videos in the future, and I also will be bringing you guys some Star Wars Mandalorian videos and might start delving into a few other shows like The Walking Dead or Z Nation. If you guys got a show that you really would like me to watch and review, please leave a comment and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you share the video, it really helps me out a lot, and like always boys, peps out, peace, love, and air grease.